Hello family, Sizwe here from Sizwe Photography. We are back with another video. It's been a while, so I can still say Happy New Year because I haven't dropped this year. But anyway, welcome back. Without wasting any time, this video is about why I switched from Final Cut to Davinci. So let's get started. Reason number one, as I was shooting more and getting comfortable with my editing, my workflow changed. So I was starting to shoot log to get more dynamic range and more color information. And then through that, I felt Final Cut was limiting for me. I could do basic correction, color grading there and there, and then have to use LUTs and other plugins. And I didn't really find it intuitive, although the program itself, Final Cut, is very intuitive. The way it works with the magnetic timeline, how the cursor move, and how simplistic it is. So I like that about it. But when it comes to color grading, I didn't like it at all. So I felt limited, I felt restricted. And then I decided to try Davinci. When I tried Davinci, my life changed. I was surprised at how great it was, how many feature packed it was when it comes to color grading, you know, the scopes, everything. Although Final Cut has some of those things, but the way it's laid out on Davinci, I was really impressed. So with Davinci, you get some robust HDR editing. If you are an HDR editor, you'd know this. And yeah, its tracker is like incredible fast. So it's very nice to edit in Davinci. So besides the color grading, that takes me to another reason, which is price. So Davinci right now, Davinci 18, that's what I'm using. I downloaded it for free. So Blackmagic is offering it for free. So whereas Final Cut is quite costly. So I'll put the price in the screens. So it's quite costly. So for Davinci, with so many features, I can do my whole color grading, my whole editing, no issues whatsoever. So that's the biggest reason also I tried Davinci. And thirdly, after I switched, I noticed how nice the timeline or the program is laid out. Firstly, we have the immediate page on top there, and then you have the cut page where you can do your cutting. I hardly use it. Then there's an edit page. So these are like all tabs laid out nicely, which is very beautiful. It kind of gives you a workflow, you know, and where to start with your editing and where to end. And then after the editing, obviously you have your fusion. I think that's where you can do your visual effects and things like that. So this is similar to what we call After Effects in Adobe. And then you have Fairlight where you do your sound. So if you've used a DAW like Logic Pro, you know, Pro Tools, Ableton, Fruity Loops, and so on, then you'd appreciate Davinci because it gives you that type of control to your audio. So you can manipulate your audio, put effects like, you know, boost your loudness and make it ready for YouTube and things like that. So it's quite powerful. And as I said, I really like the layout. And then the last page, when you're done with that, is then the deliver page, which is where you export your page. And it's so granular, so feature packed. You can choose any codec you want. You can apply your final export like Rec 709 and things like that. Then you can do the name for your export video. You can also choose the bit rate of your audio and things like that. You can choose the resolution, whether you're exporting in 4K, 8K and so on. But obviously you don't have 8K export on the free version. You only get that in the studio version, which is the paid version. But still, either way, most people, our workflow mostly ends in 4K. That's quite the new standard now. So that's one of the biggest reasons why then I decided to stick with Davinci, because of the layout of everything. But the main thing for me was the color grading. You know, as I take my editing to the next level for my client work, I really needed to edit and have some cool, nice looking edit. So even this video right now is edited there. And then the last thing was performance. I tried Adobe's Premiere Pro, and it was always crashing, even on my M1 Mac, which is quite fast. But it was crashing every now and then. The playback was not smooth. I'll have to create proxies and things like that, which is a hassle and an extra step in my workflow. So now when I tried Davinci, it was just so smooth, and it was easy for me to optimize it, you know, to edit in half instead of full resolution, things like that. So it's just easier to find, as feature packed as it is, as professional as it is with the desktop feel. Things are still easier to find, and yes, it is a learning curve, I understand, but if you've edited in like Adobe Premiere Pro, then it should be easy, even Final Cut. So that's one of the big reasons, which is the performance. It's very fast. I play video, 4K video. It doesn't drag. I can drag the cursor and no issues whatsoever. And then the last thing is the supported format for things like RAW. You know, if you shoot with the C70 or with Red RAW, it's not really supported in Final Cut. I don't know with the latest versions, but as far as I know, it's not supported. I think a lot of people who are shooting RAW videos for that extra control, they'll appreciate such format. So yeah, with that said, those are my 5 reasons why I'm sticking to Davinci Resolve and why I switched from Final Cut to Davinci Resolve. Please comment, please subscribe, please let me know if you are using Davinci Resolve, and probably the next video will be just tips that I've found so far, and I'm always learning. I'm not an expert as yet, but feel free to share with me and share your thoughts as well on this video. Yeah, thank you guys and see you next time.